Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Serge. So I wanted to test the Mac Pro out to see what's it like gaming on a Mac Pro. Not a lot of people have tested this out, and I've been doing a lot of testing on the MacBook Airs, the MacBook Pros, and even the 12-inch MacBook, but I've always wondered, what's it like gaming on the Mac desktop? So with this Mac Pro here, it's got 2 GPUs in there. You know what, I figured this thing is gonna be a pretty good gaming beast. However, it is 4 years old now, and Apple is still selling it. Can this play the latest games on high? What's gaming like on this Mac Pro? Let's find out today.
Alright, so we have a bunch of games we're going to be testing here. A lot of Steam games and just a lot of popular games and titles, mostly multiplayer and a few single player. So let's go ahead and get into the test here. So first game up is going to be Grand Theft Auto. We have resolution 2560 by 1440. All the graphics are maxed, except I don't do long shadows or high resolution shadows. The game still looks really good and runs really well with these specifications. So we're hovering around in the 35 to 45 FPS. As long as you're above 30, the game should still run smooth and you shouldn't have any issues while gaming. I did crash once, which was kind of annoying, but I was able to get back in safe mode and then just play the game. Right now I'm running on 60 FPS while inside buildings, and if you're moving around outside, it's going to hover around 40, 45. It's pretty impressive performance. I was not expecting this from the D300s. I figured that they wouldn't even have SLI support, but for certain games like Grand Theft Auto, they actually have SLI support, which is a big deal. That means you're going to get upwards to 300 gigabits of memory bandwidth, which is extremely fast. Alright, so here I just kind of sped it up to just show you what happens if you're driving around in town. The frame rates don't really drop, they still hover around the same amount, which is still pretty good. This right here shows that the 2 GPUs are operational, and when you shut the game down, they both shut down. And your CPU hovers around 50% utilization. I did not see any thermal throttling at all while filming this. I wanted to see if I can do some kind of explosion or cause something that would make the FPS drop while gaming. Couldn't do it, just couldn't do it. The drivers are really powerful in Grand Theft Auto, and they're able to take advantage of D300s quite well. Now check this out, we're gonna go off this jump. Oh, nice. Yeah, that was pretty cool. Now what's even cooler is that it really does look like I'm about to land this one, and it looks like I'm about to, but I just don't end up doing it, unfortunately. It kind of sucks. With Counter-Strike, you can have all your graphics maxed out completely, and you shouldn't run into too many issues. However, I did have these weird hiccups that I would get at the beginning of the game that could last 5 to 10 minutes. Sometimes they just go away. I think it's some kind of weird driver issue maybe. It's odd because source-based games are not supposed to have any kinds of issues at all. So to see that happening in the game is just really kind of odd. I think what it is it needs to warm up. So like the first 5 minutes of gaming, it just gets smooth after that, and then you don't have any issues at all. Alright, let's see if we can get this guy. I saw him on the corner over there. Alright, I'm gonna come up to him slowly, see if I can catch him. Oh, there he is, and then I missed all those shots, that sucks. And I just pre-fired and he was around the corner and got him. No thermal throttling Counter-Strike either. Battlefield 1 was one of those games that I actually couldn't get working unless I tweaked the driver date and also tweaked the driver release. So I tricked the driver into thinking that it was a newer driver by going into regedit. If you guys need any help getting that to work on your Mac Pros, let me know. It's a very easy fix, and then the game launches and actually runs really well. Here I'm running on medium to high graphics, full 1080p resolution, actually 2560 by 1080, which is actually even more taxing on the system. Game is playable and really fun. This guy right over here, he was dodging every shot I threw at him. It was really surprising. I'm like, how's this guy doing this? This guy is insane. Look at this. Every shot I pretty much missed. I hit the guys behind him, but not him. It's freaking crazy. Alright, here we have Team Fortress 2. This game performed worse than any other game I've ever tested for the Mac Pro. I don't understand why it's in the 30s and in the 25s. It doesn't matter what graphical setting you're on. For some reason, the software doesn't take advantage of the hardware. Couldn't figure out how to get that to work. I tried even the lowest graphics possible. Here you can see my chain gun is like all square and pixelated looking. There's no thermal throttling going on either, so I don't know what could be causing this bad performance. It has to be a driver issue. And keep in mind that these GPUs are 5 years old.
Alright, so let's talk about the D300, D500, and D700 graphics chips. So we're over here at everymac.com, and they did a pretty good little mini synopsis of what the main differences are between the three GPUs. So even with the D300s, I was able to do everything I wanted to do, whether it was gaming or workstation related tasks. As you can see here, D300 has 256 megabit bus rate, and that's really important for when you're playing games and loading up software. Now the only downside with the D300 is that it only has 2 gigabytes of VRAM. Now for games that support SLI, that's actually not that bad because you're getting almost 320 gigabits memory bandwidth, which is actually quite impressive because even like a GTX 1070 or 1060 can have somewhat similar performance depending on what's going on and depending on how well drivers are optimized. But long story short, all you need to know is that the D300s can do everything that you want them to do. That's something that I was extremely surprised with. I did not think this would be possible because I figured that it would perform worse than the iMacs and might be kind of similar to like a MacBook Pro 15-inch, but that was completely wrong, especially because there's 2 of them. Now for games that don't support Crossfire, you can still get good performance. It really just depends. While some games will run good, some games won't run good at all. If you happen to opt for the D500, you get approximately 40% more power, and if you have the money, I highly recommend the D700s because the extra GDDR5 memory will actually allow you to run at higher resolutions, which is extremely important if you want to do like 4K gaming or 1080p gaming with just all your graphical interfaces up, especially since the memory bandwidth is 264 gigabit. For just one chip, that's actually pretty good. You're not going to run into any games that you won't be able to run with that. That's quite impressive. Like with the 160 gigabit bandwidth on the D500, on games like Fallout 4, I did have some lag, and that was because the optimization just wasn't there. But if the optimization isn't there and I had the D700s, they would be just fine and we'd be able to use those and have no issues. So if you can afford better graphics, go for it. If you can't, you can potentially upgrade in the future, but it's going to cost you around $1,500 for one D700 upgrade. So keep that in mind when you're looking to pick your graphical setup.
GPUs were created 5 years ago, and then they were put into the Mac Pro 4 years ago. So they were already old and they were put in the Mac Pro. They're powerful, but they just don't have the optimization in gaming. For workstation tasks, they're really, really good. Didn't encounter any issues while playing Elder Scrolls at all. Ran extremely smooth. You guys don't need to worry about this one. So while playing Starcraft 2, I loaded up a match, and this was a 1v1. I built as many units as I could, and I was playing as quickly as possible. Here I'm fast forwarding it to show you what it looks like while gaming. FPS maintains around 40 to 50. I did drop down to 30 while invading the guy's base. For some reason this game doesn't seem to run as good when you have a lot of units. I mean, that makes sense when it's RTS, so you'll probably have to tone the graphics down. Right now it's completely maxed out at 2560 by 1080p. I don't think you'll have any issues if you lower it to low to medium, but right now we're just on max everything, which is why it's running. Well, it's why you actually see it drop about to 35 FPS. Smite's a pretty optimized game and runs well. I think that might have something to do to the Unreal Engine. If you guys know why it runs good, let me know. I've been trying to figure it out. I know the Unreal Engine is extremely optimized, so that would make sense. since Battlefield 1 ran pretty good, you can expect Battlefield 4 to run really good because it's fairly old now, a couple years, and it's optimized. The drivers take advantage of both cards and they run great. Games like Fallout 4, for instance, don't run great at all because they only take advantage of one GPU, and even that one GPU, it runs horrible on. So don't expect to be able to run that one because it's just not going to work at all. It really, really sucks. I wasn't able to put that test in this one because I didn't have the footage and I wasn't able to. I thought I was recording and I wasn't, and I don't have the Mac Pro anymore, so I can't test it, unfortunately. I will be picking up another one. I think either the D500 or the D700s. Let me know in the comment section below which version you want to see. I'm really eager to see how well the D700s work because they almost have 300 megabit bandwidth bus with just one card. So when you're running two cards, it seems like in theory you could get performance like the 1070, which would be really cool, I think. you go ahead and set Overwatch to max graphics at 2560 by 4040. You won't run into any issues. Most Blizzard games tend to do pretty good. You're gonna have at least decent FPS. You'll never run into your FPS just being bad. Like Bethesda Studios, Skyrim. I mean, Skyrim ran alright, but I was really disappointed in Fallout 4. They really gotta step it up and just make it work. But apparently they're never gonna support Crossfire. That's the biggest downside with relying on Crossfire, is that some games won't support it. And if the game was already so poorly optimized that it can't even take advantage of one GPU that well, you're just not gonna have a lot of luck playing those games. Oh man. This guy's good. No! Oh my god. What? Yeah! Yeah! Oh, nice. Yeah! Nice. Yes. I'm playing World of Warcraft, so I was trying to find a place that would be really, really good to test this out. I was thinking maybe PvP or a place that would have, you know, close to hundreds of players playing at the same time. The biggest problem though is because I haven't really played this game that much, I don't necessarily know how to get to certain places. I talked to a few people in game. They said that you can, if you get a mage, they can teleport you somewhere. So that's what I think I would probably try to do, is get a mage to teleport me. Or apparently if you like build a home or something along those lines, you can actually, like, I don't even know how, or I couldn't quite figure out, but you can move around easier. So I'll probably get one of my friends, my friend Tim, he said he was gonna actually help me out with that. And if you guys are actually still interested in the World of Warcraft test, let me know. Right now, this is just preliminary testing. It runs flawless. You don't need to worry about it. I mean, this game looks like crap anyway, so it's going to run pretty good. But those heavy, intense areas with tons of people, that's where you really want to worry. I think even with the highest graphic capabilities, when you have that many people in that area, it's just bound to lag. But we'd have to see how well it runs. So if you want a part 2, or if you want to see in my D500 or D700 test how well it runs in those areas, let me know in the comment section below, because I do have a friend named Tim who plays World of Warcraft. He said his account expired, but he'll probably start it back up again just for you guys, and I guess for me if I ask him. So if you want to know about that, let me know in the comment section below. I'll go ahead and get that tested for you guys. Diablo 3 is a similar story. Again, Blizzard games always run good, and the Mac Pro, even though it's expensive and has fairly outdated hardware, it's still pretty good when you compare it in terms of other Mac computers. The iMac would be the probably second fastest that you can get. That would be the M395X, which is the current graphics card, the 2015 model, I think, 2016, yeah, 2016 model. So the Mac Pros, even at the D300 level, outperform the iMac. And I was always told on forums, on YouTube channels, that you just should never game on the Mac Pro. And while they're probably right, if you were thinking about getting a Mac and you wanted the fastest one, but you also wanted a game, hands down the Mac Pro is still the best option because it's so powerful. And if you even happen to need the workstation capabilities, like for video editing or 3D rendering, 3D modeling, it's just gonna blow everything out of the water. It'll just do really, really well. I was extremely impressed with the performance.
So I wanted to thank you for watching this far, and I think if you got this far, then hands down, you would make a great subscriber. Definitely push that subscribe button. I am looking to test out computer systems and different types of hardware to see what it's like gaming on it. I will be doing a video on how to build your own custom computer for maybe around 250, maybe 300. If you guys are looking for any specific type of gaming video, be sure to let me know in the comment section below, and I'll definitely be getting back to all of you guys. I'm one of the few YouTube creators that actually replies to most comments. So I definitely want to chat with you guys in the comment section below. Let me know, what kind of computer are you thinking about getting? Will you be getting a Mac Pro? What kind of configuration are you trying to get? Let me know in the comment section below, because I have tested almost every single Apple laptop and even desktop. I will be doing the Mac Mini pretty soon here, so if you're interested in that, be sure to subscribe. I hope to see you guys in the next one. Cheers!